Let's talk about energy. Have you ever really thought about it? I mean, it's this invisible force that powers literally everything we do, from the phone in your hand to the lights across your entire city. It's so easy to take for granted, but our world would just stop without it. So today, we're going to break down why saving energy isn't just some nice idea. It's actually one of the most powerful things any of us can do. Just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, look at this number. The global energy market, it's a staggering $8 trillion industry. That's not just big, it's massive. And it really shows you how deeply energy is woven into the fabric of our modern world. And guess what? Our need for it is only growing. Projections show that by 2030, global energy demand is set to jump by over 15%. That is a huge leap in a really short amount of time. Which brings up a super important question. How in the world are we going to meet that demand? I mean, it really is the driving force of the world. Just think about your own life for a second. A generation or two ago, having a refrigerator was a big deal. Now, a typical home has fridges, a few TVs, tons of phones to charge, microwaves. Our appetite for energy is just getting bigger every single day. But all this massive consumption, well, it comes at a cost. And it's not just a hit to our wallets. It's a price our planet is paying. So let's get real about the environmental side of things. So the biggest issue here is greenhouse gas emissions. When we burn fossil fuels to get our energy, we release these gases that basically act like a blanket, trapping heat in the atmosphere and driving climate change. The connection is so direct. The less energy we use, the fewer harmful emissions we produce. It's really that simple. And that simple act creates this amazing ripple effect. See, conserving energy doesn't just cut emissions, it also preserves resources that we can't get back, like coal and oil. By using less today, we're literally making sure that future generations have the energy they need. It's all about being responsible and keeping our planet in balance. Now, saving the planet is a huge motivator, for sure. But what about the benefits we can feel right here, right now? Let's talk about how conservation actually builds a better world for people. This really breaks it down into two sides of the same coin. On a personal level, it's simple. Using less energy means lower utility bills. That's more money in your pocket every month. But when you scale that up to a whole country, our collective action means we're less dependent on foreign energy sources, which makes the whole nation more secure. And just think about what we could do with all that saved money. When individuals, companies, and even governments aren't spending as much on energy, that money can be put to work in other vital areas. We're talking about more funding for our schools, better healthcare for everyone, fixing our roads and bridges, and fueling incredible new innovations. And you know what? There's a direct link to our health too. When we reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, it means we get cleaner air. Less air pollution leads to fewer breathing problems and just better public health all around. It literally helps us all breathe a little easier. Okay, so we've seen the big picture, right? The why is pretty clear. But how do we actually get there? It can feel a little overwhelming, I get it. But the real power is in the small, everyday habits that absolutely anyone can do. These right here are the game changers. Turning off lights seems obvious, but how many of us do it every single time? Setting your AC to 26 degrees Celsius is actually super comfortable, and it saves a ton of energy. And that TV on standby? It's still quietly sipping 2 to 3 watts an hour. Your car engine at a long red light, just burning fuel for absolutely no reason. Look, one person doing this might feel like a drop in the bucket, but millions of us doing it, that's a tidal wave of change. Now, to really make these habits stick, we need the right mindset. And for that, we're going to take some inspiration from one of the most tireless workers in nature. Let's talk about the ant philosophy. Yeah, it might sound a little funny, but seriously, what can we learn from an ant? Well, it turns out we can learn a whole lot about strategy, preparation, and just not giving up. The philosophy breaks down into 4 simple but powerful lessons. 1. Ants never quit. If you block their path, they just find another way. We need to be that persistent. 2. They think winter all summer. They store food when it's easy to get, preparing for the future. We need to save energy now for what's ahead. 3. They think summer all winter. They stay positive knowing that tough times don't last. And 4, they do all that they can. A single ant is tiny, but together they can move mountains. Our small efforts, combined, can do the exact same thing. So adopting this mindset and these small habits, it's not just about cutting back. It's really about building a cleaner, smarter, and more sustainable future for every single one of us. And here's the really good news. It's already working. We're already seeing a massive shift. Not that long ago, fossil fuels made up about 75% of our energy. Today, that's dropped to around 54%, all because renewable sources are on the rise. Our collective efforts are making a real, measurable difference. This quote from Dr. Arvind Dhingra it perfectly captures the heart of the AMP philosophy. It's about thinking ahead. By saving and storing energy, whether that's in a giant battery or just by flipping a switch, we are actively investing in our own future.
So we'll leave you with this question. This isn't about being perfect overnight. It's just about starting somewhere. So take a look at your day, your habits, your home. What is the one small step you can take, starting today, to be part of the solution? Because just like that ant, your small effort, when it's joined with millions of others, has the power to completely reshape our world.